Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam Param Dhimai.
For 2 sessions we are going to talk about the Navakar Mantra. So what we'll do is we'll divide it into 2, and for this session we'll take the meaning and what sequences are lying in the mantra. I'll also have to give you some background on what the 5 chakras are. And tomorrow we'll divide the session into 2 parts. First we'll take rhythmic breathing and the exercises, and in the second part we'll open up some inner circuits within the mantra. So this is how we'll go. First of all, when we are talking about the mantra, which world are we talking about? Who can tell me? What are we talking about? Which world are we talking about? We live in 2 worlds simultaneously at the same time. I'm looking at you and I see you. There's a reaction happening inside. You may be my friend, you may be my enemy. So these 2 worlds we are living in simultaneously. One is the physical world of the 5 senses, and one is our inner psychological world. Which world is this mantra talking about? Which world is this mantra? Inner world. Inner world. So what do we know about this inner world? How many of us make an effort to wake up to this inner world? Can we say in the last hour, what inner states did I pass through? Or which thought did I wake up in the morning with? And from birth to death, we go through life, we don't realize that we are living in an inner world which is as real as the outer world. If I was to ask you the story of your life, you will talk about events which happened outside. You say in childhood, this happened and I fell down, fell ill and this, and I came first in class, etc., etc. So whenever we talk about our lives, we don't talk about what is happening inside. And the mantra is not concerned with what is happening outside. It's talking about a totally different world. So it takes years of hard work, years of abhyas to be able to awaken ourselves to this inner world. We may be living in a beautiful outer world. We are invisible people, living in visible bodies. I can see you, I cannot see your thoughts. Just imagine if your wife was to see your thoughts of the whole day. In the evening she would divorce you. Right? I can't see your thoughts just like I see furniture. Right? So, we are two people. One, what I am on the outside, and one, what I am on the inside. Outside, I may have a beautiful house. I may be living in a beautiful bedroom or whatever. But where am I in my inner psychological country? If I want to take revenge on you, then I'm living in the gutter. So, the mantra, the circuits which we are going to open up in the mantra are all inner circuits. They have nothing to do with the outside world. That is the first thing. So, we must make an effort to wake up to this inner world. What is happening inside of us? The second thing is to recite a mantra and to live a mantra are two different things altogether. Many of us recite the mantra 1,000 times, 1,00,000 times, whatever. That does not mean we are living the mantra. In our ordinary life, it may be the same repetition of the same irritation, the same anger, the same self-pity, the same jealousy, the same narrow-mindedness. Nothing changes in our daily life. My relationship with my children, my relationship with my wife, my relationship with my friends. Does anything change? Then what is the use of reciting so many mantras? What is going to come out of it? So these two lines of movement must go together. Saying the mantra, invoking the sounds, the energy of sound which is hidden in the mantra, and trying to live the mantra at the same time. Now, sound is a very, very deep science, and it will be very difficult for me in 2 sessions to explain what sound is, because I want to talk about the mantra. Right? But the background to all mantra is sound. What is sound? So when we study physics, we study sound. Similarly, the Shastras are talking about sound. And what is this sound?
Vibrations.
Right? It is called as Shabda. Shabda. Right? And that Shabda, it manifests in different ways. When we are doing mantra, we are saying this whole universe is nothing but a body of sound. Everything that is created as manifest, everything that is unmanifest is nothing but sound. I see him, I feel jealous inside, it is nothing but sound. And by doing a mantra, I can work on that jealousy, because that jealousy has a certain vibration, it has a certain sound, and by going into the root of that sound, I can destroy that jealousy. And that is what the Navakar Mantra is about. Now, sound manifests in many ways, but just as we have an alphabet from which we make language, similarly sound has its own language. And this language is universal, it will not change for any religion. Right? Any mantra in any religion will have words. Words are just the physical body of the mantra. It is not the real body of the mantra. When we leave the words and move into the real body of the mantra, you will not be able to say whether this is a Jain mantra or Hindu mantra or Christian mantra or Muslim mantra, because the science of sound will be universal. It cannot change for anyone. Now, sound manifests in many ways. I will not be able to talk about it. We'll have to keep some other time to talk about what is sound, how mantras were created, what is language, how language was created. It's a very, very wide and very beautiful subject. But we can say that there are packets of energy just as science talks about packets of light called quanta, right? Similarly, there are packets of energy, and this is a form of sound which is known as matruka. Right? So I won't go into, sound is in 4 states, the para, pashyanti, madhyama, sthul vaikri, sukshma vaikri. 4 states of sound. I won't go into the other states, I'll just talk about little bit about madhyama. Madhyama consists of packets of sound with different energies. These energies, they are emotional in nature, they fulfill a certain purpose. I want to hypnotize her, I have to evoke a certain combination of these matrukas. I want to earn some money, I have to evoke a certain combination of these matrukas. I want to incite my intelligence, I want to evoke a certain combination of matrukas. I want to get angry on her. So, all things which are possible for the human psyche are put into certain packets of sound, and these are called as matrukas. These are all the matajis which we go to worship. Nobody knows what they're doing. Right? Okay. Matra means measure. Ma means mother. The mother of everything in the universe is a measurement of sound. And the whole of mantra vidya is on how to use these matrukas. Now, these matrukas, they form the body of the mantra. And it is this mantra which is going to take us somewhere. By using this mantra, we are going to move in a certain direction, on a certain journey, on a certain pathway. And it is by evoking and using these matrukas that we are going to go. Now, what is this mantra about, this Navakar Mantra? It has 5 sequences. Namo Aryantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvajjanam, Namo Loitsava Sahunam. So it has 5 sequences in this. These sequences are the body of the mantra. And within these sequences is tremendous energy. The potency of the whole universe lies in these 5 sequences. Everything that is unmanifest, everything that is manifest lies in these 5 sequences. How do we use them? So today I'm going to just go over what the mantra means, how it is in a certain sequence. And tomorrow I'll take the first 2 lines of the mantra, and using the mantra body, I'll open out how we can use that in our daily life and what those sequences mean. Right? Now, the first word, the first letter of the mantra tells us in which direction this mantra wants to take us. And this is a very, very profound mantra. Now, for some time, forget Jainism altogether. Just take this as if you're children, fresh, totally. Don't bring anything in between, any memory sequence in between. Now, when we pronounce the word Ramo, what is happening inside? When I use the word, it's over here. Ramo. What am I having? Like I brush my teeth in the morning, what am I doing? And something is happening inside. I'm creating a certain circuit inside. I'm opening up certain pathways inside. Something is happening inside. And which pathway am I opening? Where am I doing the spring cleaning? Which pathway am I opening? So I'm opening this pathway over here, which goes up to a small chakra over here called the Bindu. Now, this tells me what the mantra is trying to tell me. What is it trying to tell me? It is saying that there is a certain pathway over here which goes up to Bindu, and the divine fragment, the Atma, is sitting there in Bindu. The purpose of my taking birth is to communicate Yoga with that Atma inside. That is the purpose of course we've all forgotten why we took birth, right? Because before we take birth, the Jeev, the soul, it says that in this birth, I am taking a birth, I am taking something from the mother, I am taking something from the father, I am manifesting in a physical body, and the purpose of my manifestation, of coming into this physical world has only one purpose, and that is freedom. Keval Gyan, freedom. Right? Moksha. Right? So that poor old soul, he decides, before taking birth, he says that I want to be free in this life, and he takes birth. Up to 3 years, all the experiences which come in through the 5 senses, the only way he can be free is to go through all the experiences possible. Right? So all the experiences which come in through the 5 senses for 3 years or 4 years go to the soul. Then something else comes in, it's called the ego. He tells the soul, you go to sleep. He gives him a couple of pegs of, I don't know what, whiskey or whatever. Yeah, he goes to sleep in the bar. Until we die, he's sleeping there in the bar. The ego doesn't allow him to wake up. Right? And so all the experiences of life are eaten by the ego. Till we die. The purpose of the soul being born is never served. You have to wake up that guy who's sleeping in the bar. To wake him up, shake him up. The only way that can be done is by dissolving this guy who's in between. So, what is this pathway he's talking about? When I don't know the author of this mantra, at least in the Gayatri Mantra we have an author, we call him Vishwamitra. We don't know. This is so old, we don't know who is the person who wrote this mantra. It must have been a very profound person, no? So, he's saying, Ramo, I'm opening up this pathway where the Jeev can go and meet the Atma. That's it. End of story. If it happens, right? A small journey, right? So, only so much, right? Very easy to go to the moon, but difficult to go there, right? So, every night, when we sleep, the 5 senses get detached, right? And the soul moves slowly through the subconscious mind. It leaves the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind, and in deep sleep it merges into the source which it came from. This is the journey it follows every night. It's very important to do this mantra before going to sleep. Clean the pathway. So every night it goes, it merges into that Atma inside. As we wake up in the morning, it comes out again through the 5 senses. I see him, life starts. This is the movement of the soul every night. The Jeev goes to meet the Atma. And that is why when this mantra starts with this inner circuit, Namo Arihantanam. Again it ends with the same circuit. Ram. Now again. Now this word ma, right? Ramo, balancing. So he's saying that this journey from here to here can only be done in a state of balance. The state of balance. Not to one side, not to the other side. From here we are going to go to Washington. Maybe if we get a chance, one day we'll go to see the National Gallery. Right? So, in the National Gallery they have some beautiful paintings. One of the paintings is by Vermeer, is a touch painter. Yeah. So in this painting by Vermeer, There's one lady, she's in deep meditation. It's called Woman Holding the Balance, and she's holding a balance like this. It's a jewelry balance. It's exactly in balance. And one side is a lot of jewelry. The other side behind her is a painting of Christ's Last Judgment. Room is curtained, but in the curtain there is a small gap. And from that gap a ray of light. This happens when the inner darkness, suddenly there's a crack. And that Atma throws its ray of light and the whole inner room lightens up. That one ray of light. Vermeer is one of the best painters when it comes to using light, the use of light. And what a state he must have been in when he's put this painting. And this ray of light is coming in and it's filling up the whole room. And this woman is in balance. Here the jewelry, the material side of life. There the painting, the spiritual side. Namo. Balance. Okay. Now we'll just go quickly into the meaning of the mantra. What does the mantra mean? What is he trying to say? It's like a process of reciprocal balance. Take out one thing, fill in another. Empty the tank, fill it with petrol. Right? Process of reciprocal balance. So the first line is Namo Arihantam. Right? See, again about this journey, I don't know, many years ago, there was a beautiful serial called Saint Peter. And Christ has died. And he comes to his disciples and he comes to Peter. And Peter, he has been working his whole life on Peter. He was a disciple. But many times the disciple is not ready. And the Guru goes. The Guru is there for a short time. Right? And the Guru goes, and the disciple is not ready. He's come to here, but he has to go to there. So, Christ was, something is remaining in Peter. And he tells Peter that they are going to crucify you in the same way they crucified me. And he tells him that when they crucify you, you just ask them to do one thing. Don't bother about anything else. Tell them to turn the cross upside down. Now normally, the soul takes the Atma at the point of death and goes and leaves the Atma at some place in Mahakala or between Swahalok and Mahakala. Just geographically I'm saying like this, doesn't mean anything, everything is interpenetrating. But it takes the Atma, leaves it over there, and then it moves through a certain journey. The soul moves through a certain journey, takes a new birth. Right? Okay. So this soul, the Jeev, if it goes with the Atma out of the Bindu, opens this is the Brahmarandra. The Brahmarandra. It has 4 entrances from here, here, here. This guy, the Atma, is sitting over here in one chakra called the Bindu. He's surrounded by something called Akash Tattva. You have to pierce that. And if he goes out from here, it is freedom. But if he goes out from here, it is not freedom. And he knew, Christ, that with Saint Peter, it cannot go out from here. But there is one position in which we cannot die, and that is the head stand. You have to fall to die. So if you're like this, you have to fall down to die. You can't die in this position. Okay. But in this position, if you have to die, it has to go out from here. And Christ ensured that happened with his disciples. So this is the journey which he's talking about in this mantra. He's not bothered about your material life. He's not bothered about how much money we have in the bank. He's not bothered about whether our children fall ill or they don't fall ill. There's nothing to do with that. He's talking about one journey only, and that is this Jeev meets the Atma. And don't think for a moment the mantra is interested in anything else. If on this journey my bank balance is a problem, it will get rid of it. Difficult to do the mantra. Right? But if on this journey I need a little bank balance, it will bring it. Right? If my whole life I'm running away from pain, that is all we do in our life, we run away from pain. And when the mantra feels that for my maturity some pain is necessary, it will make me fall ill. You say, I've been doing the mantra my whole life, I fall ill. Right? But that's for our own maturity. So this has nothing to do with my material life. Of course, there are inner circuits within the mantra which do have an effect on material life, and we'll see that tomorrow. Okay. So the first word in the mantra is Namo Arihanta. Right? Han means to kill. Ari means the enemy. Right? Hanuman. Han means to kill. Man means the buddhi. Mati. Hanumata. Mati. The buddhi which allows you to kill. That inner buddhi is called Hanuman. Right? So, Han. Kill. What do we want to kill? What do we want to kill? There's nothing like the ego.
Karmas.
Nothing like the ego. Yeah, but I have to translate it to my normal living every day. Translate it to my normal living. Right? So it has to reflect. I can't sit in meditation and kill everything. I can only do it in the relationship of living, the normal act of living. I can't sit in an ashram and kill everything. Right? So there must be the normal act of living, and this killing is a continuous process. Right? I see him, I get irritated. Now this irritation is the enemy. This irritation is the enemy. If I've done the mantra properly, I know at that time that that mantra was done for this moment of my life. This is the moment. Now, if I kill it, then I've done the mantra properly. But I become a victim of irritation. Please shut up, I will say anything. I've given vent to my irritation. I'm not being able to. I'm talking to my son. So I may be talking to my son and he says something to insult me. Right? Now I'm feeling hurt inside and I say, don't you know how to talk to elders? Then I have thrown it out. Ulti thai gayi. Baat pati gayi. No namo ariyantanam. But that inner reaction, I'm feeling hurt. Who is feeling hurt? Mr. G feeling hurt or Mr. Ego feeling hurt? Who's feeling hurt? Right. Hang the sun. The ego has come out. Kill it. Kill it. So, Namo Ariyantanam is not something to just say in the morning. It is something which is every moment of my life. Every moment of my life. Right? And it is the mantra of surrender, because the Jeev has to surrender to dissolve into the Atma. It is the mantra of surrender. Every moment. Now Lagan kariye na. Every moment you have to be aware. Right? You're quite gana varsha. But in the days when you are just married and you're walking on the road and you see another beautiful girl and you look like this and she'll give you one whack. Don't look at her, look at me. Look at me. Ouch. Navi Parnelli Stri, she wants all our attention. The newly married, similarly this inner God, he wants all. Even 1 minute somewhere else will not do. He wants it all. Kitlo abhyas karo. Such a long journey of abhyas. Right? So moment to moment. Negativity. And reaction. To sit in the bus which takes us on the path of spirituality, the ticket which we have to pay is non-expression of negativity. in any form. Namo Arihanta. I'm killing the negativity. And this is a long journey. It is a very long journey. Right? You know how it works, no? I have 100 rupees of anger inside. 100 rupees, that's my bank balance. 100 rupees of anger. I meet you and you say something to me. So I get angry. So out of that 100 rupees which is lying in the subconscious mind, how much has come in the conscious mind? 1 rupee. 1 rupee. 1 rupee. Right? Now I get angry. How much goes back inside? 2 rupees. Now how much do I have inside? Bank balance increased. 101. Bandhan has increased or decreased? That anger is going to make me more angry. It is now trying to increase its political party. It wants to get in power. Right? This is karma. In short, this is karma. Right? So there are all these political parties inside of me, which we call as sanskar. Right? And they all want to increase their members, and the only way of increasing their members is making me a victim. And what do I want to do in life? I want to be free of them. That is my purpose of it. So, can I be free of all the 100 together? No. Because they are lying in the subconscious. I can't see them. I say, I am not angry. Right? I'm not angry. Right? But I have to wait. He gave me the opportunity. He gave me the opportunity. He said something. The anger came out. Suddenly I am watching that anger. And in that watching that anger, I kill the anger. I kill that anger. How many left inside? 99. Moksha. Freedom. And this is an ongoing process. But if he was not there, I would be sitting in meditation in my ashram. No problems. 100 lying inside. I don't have any anger. Right? It has to be done in relationship. Please remember, everything in life is born of 3 causes. 3 causes. The instrumental cause, the material cause, nimitta karan, upadan karan, and somewhere we won't talk about it is the real cause, which is way beyond our even perception. Right? But what are we interested in? The instrumental cause, the material cause. Upadan karan. What is the material cause in this incident? What is the material cause? What is the material cause? No, the material called anger. The material called anger was already lying within me. He was only the instrumental cause. If there was no anger lying in me, whatever he did, I could not get angry. But the material called anger has to be lying within me. Please understand this. Because we always say the fault lies outside. But walking on the path, if I am using the Navakar Mantra, from this day there is no one's fault outside. Outside are only instrumental causes. All the material is lying inside. This, we have to come to this. If there is pain in my life, the pain was already lying inside. It just chose a situation for it to come outside. If there's disease in my life, the disease was already lying inside. Maybe the lack of vitamin, it shows some instrumental cause, I don't know. And we must understand this, that everything in life is born of 3 causes. The instrumental cause, nimitta karan, the material cause. That is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. The material called death has already left. You are only delivering the letter to their homes. You are only delivering the post to their homes. The final letter you are delivering, that has already gone. Whether you deliver it or somebody else deliver it doesn't matter. It is already gone. The material cause. Right? And when we realize this, then the fault for nothing lies outside us. So, he's saying, Namo Arihantara. I kill this negativity, and this is an ongoing journey. And then tomorrow we'll open out what Ari means, what Han means, how it connects inside, everything will open out tomorrow. Right? So, we're just going into the meaning of the mantra. Namo Arihantara. And every stage of the mantra finishes with this Ram. Again it comes back to balance. This word Ana is very, very powerful. On its own, it's a very powerful mantra. Just on its own. Say it before you go to sleep at night. It's a very, very powerful mantra. Because you're opening up so many passageways with that one letter, one syllable. Now, when something empties, something comes in. Something empties, something comes in. There's this famous story in the Mahabharata of Arjuna, and Arjun goes in a 12-year vanvas. Right? And in this 12-year vanvas, he starts from Ganga Dwar, the place where the Ganga starts. And he puts Agnihotra, and he's going to light the Agnihotra, and he's going to do some yagna, and he says, before that I'll have a dip in the Ganga, and he leaves it there and he goes to have a dip in the Ganga. And when he's in the Ganga, something catches his leg and pulls him down. She's a Nag Kanya, her name is Ulupi. Ulupi means a whale, a creeper which goes round, right? It catches around and pulls him down. Nag, he takes him to the palace of the Nagas. That's her father is the king of the Nag. Nag means our unconscious mind. We're all, Nag is the representative of the desires, the vasanas lying in our unconscious mind. And they come and they grip us and they pull us down, right? And he's taken over there. And she says that, I want to have a relationship with you. So Arjun says, that's not possible, I'm married to Draupadi. So you say, but when a woman asks, you must say yes. And so he stays one night with her. Now, in our unconscious mind, there are two kinds of deep vasanas. One which have to be killed, and one which have to be given trupti, satisfied. Have to be satisfied. These are two, and both are called as pitru. We say in the Janmakshara, Are Ane to pitru dosha. Right? That is that lying in our unconscious mind, which comes as it wraps around us, and whenever we are trying to do something in life, it creates some problems for us. It is asking for its pound of flesh. So, when he goes there, into that palace of the Nagas, he sees that Agnihotra which was lying up, which he had left on the banks of the Ganga. It is lit there, the fire. Fire is a symbol of consciousness. He has taken his consciousness into the unconscious mind. Taken the right? And there she sees this Kanya. And he stays a night with her. Next day she says that now that I am satisfied, I give you a boon. I give you the boon, the siddhi, that no animal of the water will ever be able to harm you. And this helps him later on. He goes somewhere else. There's so many stories of Arjuna in the Mahabharata. But what I'm trying to say is that one desire lying in the unconscious mind, that space it was occupying in the unconscious mind, it was satisfied, it got out of that space, a siddhi came in that space. Namo Ariyantanam, Namo Siddha. Siddhi. So, I kill something, I get something in return. And this is the whole sequence of this mantra. And with each of these lines of the mantra, the whole body of the mantra will vibrate. With each line of the mantra. Right? So, tomorrow we will take these two lines, that we get rid of this, we get this. We get rid of this, we get this. And we'll try to see how I won't take the other part of the mantra, I'll leave it to you. I won't take the other three parts of the mantra, only these two parts. Namo Ariyantanam, Namo Siddham. Now, how much of purity do I have in using what I get? Because now I see life in a different way. I see life in a different way. Supposing I'm working on my aham, right? Namo Ariyantanam. I'm working on it. And I see its different manifestations. Say one of the manifestations I see is that it loves to make pictures of itself. It loves to make pictures. So when it makes pictures of itself, it uses the line Hu to avo. Right? Hu to bhinda khato nathi. Whatever. I don't do this and I don't do that and I am like this and I am, these are all pictures of ourselves. Nobody else is interested in them, which we are trying to project to somebody. Right? And we have this whole library of pictures within us. I am a good father, I am a good son, I never tell a lie, I am always helping other people, I am this, which is, all of them are untrue. Nothing is true. It's all nonsense. And all pictures are false. All pictures are false. Whatever good picture we have, because we will create beautiful pictures of ourselves. And we are killing these pictures. And when we kill these pictures, we get a siddhi. What siddhi do we get? When somebody else is talking, I can see what picture he is made. Now what will happen? Now what do I have to kill? What do I have to kill? My reaction. Because initially there will be I'll pass through a critical phase where I'll be criticizing, he is not working on himself, I am working on myself. Right? See, my family lives in Porbandar. I live in Madhapur. Madhapur is Swamiji there, who's like my guru. And he has this huge ashram in Madhapur. And one day I was in Porbandar for some time and say, another very famous guru, he phoned that I'm coming from Verawal to Porbandar and I have to catch the night train from Porbandar. When I come, we'll have a cup of tea together. So I said, great, let's have a cup of tea together. Now, see, we pass through this critical stage. So he says that he came and then we are having tea. I said, Madhupur na gaya Swamiji ne marwa. Bapor no time. It was the afternoon and હું એવો વ્યક્તિ છું કે બપોરે કોઈ સૂતા હોય એને હું જગાડતો પિક્ચર બનાવી દઉં. Oh, he's still a victim of where we have to be aware. We do not criticize the other. Otherwise, we kill one, create a another. Right? એટલે આ જે સાધનાનો જે અહમ છે એને અભિમન્યુ કહેવાય. કારણ કે સાધનાનો પોતાનો અહમ ઉત્પન્ન થાય. Right? Creates its own ego. Sadhana creates its own ego. It's called abhimanyu. Right? It has a certain purpose. It does kill so many inner Namo Ariyantanam. It kills so many inner warriors. But at one point it has to die. So, he's saying, Namo Hariyantanam, Namo Siddhanam. That because I have created this empty space in my psychic structure, I have killed all these enemies whom I was a slave of for God knows since when, and that now that empty space is being occupied by different levels of understanding, different levels of intelligence, different quality of perception. Namo Siddha. I bow down. I don't want to create an ego of this new treasure which I have got. New treasure which I have got. Then he says in the third line, Namo Ayaryanam. That this new treasure which I have got, I now want to live it in my daily life. મારે આચરણમાં મૂકવું છે. See, there are two paths which we are going to move on at the same time. One is the path of knowledge and one is the path of being. It's the age of an explosion of information. Explosion of information. Every piece of knowledge is available. We gather so much of information. What has changed in my being? It's 9 o'clock. What has changed in my being? See, I used to live with one Swamiji for 7 years. I passed through many gurus. And one Swamiji, beautiful person. Oh, he was so good, great person. And I lived with him for 7 years and traveled all over India. We used to spend one month in the Kumbh Mela. And he would speak in small telegraphic language. Never, no lectures, nothing. Everything was just normal living. And he was really crazy. He used to make me angry like anything. And then he would run away somewhere. And he would say, जानना एक बात, समझना दूसरी बात, होना बिल्कुल ही तीसरी बात. What is the relationship of my knowledge to my level of being? મારું જ્ઞાન અને હોવાપણા વચ્ચેનું અંતર કેટલું છે? I know a lot. But if somebody disturbs me in my meditation, I get irritated. It's not meditation. Or I'm very adamant about a certain fast. Arjun is the disciple, means rujuta, softness. The disciple has softness. He adapts to any situation. He adapts. The disciple is soft, but I'm adamant. Right? So, I've gathered a lot of knowledge, but my life is still at the lower rung of the ladder. The same thing happens every day. Nothing changes in our life. The people changes, the situations change, the instrumental cause changes. The material cause never changes. It is the same irritation, the same complaining. We complain about everything, the government, the weather. We don't realize that every time we complain about anything, we are sowing a seed. We are sowing a seed. And one day that tree is going to get that seed is going to get water, it will grow into a tree, it will give more fruit, more seeds. And this is the process. Complaining. When I met Tavaria Sahib, the first thing he told me, in the dictionary of a disciple, you please scratch out the word complain. Whatever is in this world, in whichever form, whether it is saint, sinner, good, bad, whatever it is in his wholeness. There is no space for complaining. The minute I complain about anything, gone. Right? So nothing new happens in our life. Whatever new is happening is just instrumental causes. The same material we are throwing out day in, day out. Same. And unless that material changes inside, right? And for that, it has to come into acharan. Acharan. Right? So he says, the third line is that I killed the enemies, I got the siddhis, but these siddhis, if I hold on to these siddhis, my ego will grow. I am now bringing these siddhis into my normal living, into my normal acharan. Namo Ayaryani. In Mahabharata we have a character, Dronacharya. He is the guru of the Pandavas also and the guru of the Kauravas also. The Kauravas are the inner enemies. The Pandavas are that which fight the inner enemies. Namo Aryantara. Fight the inner enemies. The Kauravas are the inner enemies. And there are 100 of them. I get angry, it is Dushasana, but I want to steal from his pocket, Shakuni. Lying in everybody, nobody is free of them. Right? We feel we marry a beautiful girl, no? Right? But whether beautiful or ugly or whatever the girl is, all of them have all 100 Kauravas in them. After some time we get tired of the body. The psychology doesn't make any difference. Whom you marry, what difference it makes? Or everyone has all 100 Kauravas inside him. And this is the cosmic drama. The drama of life. Not you and me, the Mahabharata. When you get angry on me, I say, now Dushasana is playing his role in the drama. Dushasana means, Shas means Shishyate iti Shasanam. A discipline. The one who lives in discipline, Atha Yoga Anushasanam. From this day, Patanjali says, from this moment he starts his Yoga Sutra. Right? Atha Yoga Anushasanam. From this day, from this moment, I decide that I will follow the Shasan, the discipline of Yoga. What does the discipline of Yoga say? That I will not react to life. This is the discipline of Yoga. But if I react, then instead of Anushasanam, it becomes Dushasanam. Dushasanam. Chaos. Dushasan, chaos. Right? So I say he is getting angry, his body is in chaos, his psychological structure is in chaos, but that Dushasan which is angry is the same Dushasan who is in me. Then how can I get angry? How can I react? It's not possible. It's in him or me, what difference does it make? And this is the cosmic drama of the Mahabharata. If he is stealing some money from me, the same Shakuni which is stealing from me is also in me. There's no reaction. Maybe he's taking what belonged to him in the first place. I don't know. Right? So, it is these which I have killed, and Dronacharya, he is the guru of both. Guru of both. Dra means that which is liquid. When a child is born, the sanskars are there, but they are in liquid form. They have to be solidified, made into a kind of solid. Right? The child has... So, which sanskar are we going to make solid? That comes into the mother and father, the upbringing of the child. He comes with so much of liquid. But that which is put into acharan, that which is repeated, through a process of repetition becomes a habit. Becomes a habit. And that is Dronacharya, making that which is liquid into solid. And to kill a habit, a bad habit, you need a good habit. So, on the path of sadhana, the same guru teaches us good habits. I want to kill the bad, so I have to wake up in the morning if I want to do the mantra. 9 o'clock I have to go to office. Right? So I have to create a new habit of waking up in the morning. I say, okay, I'm in the office and everything, but sometimes I have to pause and I have to just feel where I'm just to be. I'm just a being. I'm not something. I'm not becoming something. I take 2 minutes off. I sit in a corner. So these are different habits. My Guru gave me one habit that whenever you walk through a door, just visualize this side you've died, this side you've been reborn. You'll be free of the fear of death. And this is a habit. A new way of walking through the door. So I practiced it for years. So we create new habits. Right? So Dronacharya is the guru of both the Kauravas and the Pandavas. But a habit in the end is always mechanical. That is why he is fighting on the side of the Kauravas. Fighting on the side of the Kauravas. Right? Now, this Jeev of ours, this Jeev, what binds this Jeev? What binds it? So in all of us there will be one chief weakness which binds the Jeev. That is our basic, and we can't see it. Everybody else can see it, we can't see it. And the Guru can see it, but the Guru will never tell the disciple. He has to see it for him. Now above that chief weakness, we have Valano, attitudes. I talk about attitudes some other time. And above those attitudes are habits, then contradictions, then moods. All this is lying in our psychic structure. And we have to go level by level, we have to be free of all this. So these habits are all lying over there. They make life automatic. No space for consciousness. Right? Be free of those habits. And that can only be done in Acharan. Namo Ayayanam. It has come in my Acharan. And I am living it moment to moment. I am trying to live it. Then he says, Namo Upadhyay Uva Jnanam. The one who is living it has the right to teach others. Not the one who has only knowledge. The one who is living it has the right to teach others. Must live it. Then he has the right to teach others, give it to others, because when he's giving it through words, he's giving it through example. It's not when the Guru is teaching anything. I remember when we used to stay in the ashram and Bapu would be there, I used to go with his morning tea. I'd get up early, finish all my exercises and everything, do everything, and take the morning tea from the kitchen to his room. And I would just watch him drinking the tea. Just watch him. The way he would drink, it's these small things which the disciple absorbs. The way he would talk to others, the way he would solve people's problems. You see, it is these small things which you absorb. And then you realize that if he is living it, he can help others. Otherwise the words don't contain any prana. They are just empty words. They don't contain. They may have all the knowledge of the world, but it doesn't mean anything unless the words must be filled with prana. Now, what happens when you teach others? What happens? What is the most valuable thing in our lives? What is the most valuable thing in our lives? There was one Swami in the ashram. One day he's saying that I go to the kitchen and this lady, she calls me all kinds of names. Right? And she says, you're staying here free of charge, you're this, you're that, you're everything, you know, how we say it to everyone. And I feel so hurt inside, as if somebody is stabbing me. So he says, you tell something to her, no? So I said that, what did you come to the ashram for? You came for Shanti or Mukti? So he says, Mukti. And I said, if I tell her you will get Shanti, you won't get Mukti. And if you go through it and rise above it, you will get Mukti. You decide what you want. If you want, I'll tell her, no problem. Right. The ego wants Shanti. The Jeev wants mukti. He's saying, bring it on. Bring on all the tension of the world. What difference does it make? I want to rise above. It's the Jeev. He wants mukti. We want shanti and peace and happiness. Freedom. Freedom. रामदुलारे बापू ने शांति कब्रिस्तान में है. असल शांति चाहिए तो क्रांति करो तो शांति मिलेगी. A different way of living, where we don't run away from pain. We spend our whole lives running away from pain. What did you do in your life? I ran away from pain, I ran behind comfort. This is the story of my life. This is all I did in my life. Right? The pain, it is that yagna. You have to do tap. And tap cannot be done without heat. Right? Tap cannot be done without heat. And where to get the heat from? Where do I get the heat from? If you insult me, there is heat. Right? If there is heat. Now start doing tapa. Start doing tapa. But no, I'll waste the fire. I'll throw it on. You waste. Waste of the fire. You lit the yagna, but you couldn't throw the ego into the fire. You couldn't throw the ego into the fire. What do we throw in this yagna? It's very difficult. To walk on the spiritual path is very difficult. What do we throw in the fire? In the fire. In this fire of tapa, what do we want to throw? Ego, yeah, but try to translate this ego as another word. Personal. Personal. You understand this? You understand this? Tomorrow your son will fall ill. You're suffering. Is it universal suffering or your personal suffering?
Personal suffering.
Throw it in the fire. So difficult, no? So difficult, no? This is the spiritual path. Everything personal you have to homo it into the yagna of tapa. That very, my son falling ill creates the fire, and in that I say, he is not my son. He has just come from some time through me. This requires guts, requires will to walk on this path. So he's saying that those who have put it into practice, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Vajyanam. Only he is allowed to teach, is the one who is practicing it in his daily living. He is the Upadhyaya. Now again we come back to that question, what is the most valuable thing in our lives? Because the next line is, Namo Loe Sarva Sahunam. We'll stop there. What does it mean? What does it mean? Why has he put this line? These are the 5 stages of this mantra. What does it mean?
Knowledge.
What is the most valuable thing in your life? I see you from my eyes. What? How do I see you? Do the eyes see you or something else sees you? What is it? What is it?
Atma.
Right? It is Atma, but to translate it. I don't understand the meaning of the word Atma. Translate it. No. I see you. What goes out of my eyes allowing me to see you? What is it? What do we call it?
Senses. Positive. Senses. Drashti.
In English, what do we call it?
Sight.
Attention. Awareness is a byproduct of the attention moving in. My attention is moving out. My attention is moving out. What is this attention? Where does this... why can't a dead body see? There is no attention. What is this attention? What is attention? It's very important way. Namo vajjanam, namo loe sarva sahuram. What is he saying between these two lines? He's talking about something very, very important. And it concerns all of us, not just the one who is teaching. It concerns all of us. But he's giving an example of the one who is teaching. What does he mean? Attention. What is attention? Where is that attention coming? There is that Atma in me, and that Atma wants to experience, so it sends a ray of light out, which is called as Jeev, the soul. It tells the Jeev, you collect all the experience, come back in me, I'll experience myself, we are free, that's the end of the journey. Right? So it sends this ray of light out, which is called as soul, Jeev. That ray of light comes out through the five senses, sees him. It is my light, it is light of the attention. I pay attention to him. If I want to go experience that Atma inside, what do I have to do? That attention which is going out, I have to send it back where it came from. This is all the journey is about. Sending that ray back in. Attention. એટલે attention ને આપણે જીવ કે જીવ. My attention goes to this phone, right? Instead of going back inside, it gets stuck with the phone. So what do I say? This phone belongs to me. And if he takes away this phone, એનો જીવ બળે કે મારો જીવ બળે? Simple. ક્યાં ક્યાં જીવ બળે છે? ક્યાં જીવ બળે છે? You understand what I'm trying to say? જ્યાં જ્યાં attention આપણું ચોટેલું છે. બેંક બેલેન્સમાં ચોટેલું હોય તો ત્યાં જીવ બળશે. In the car ચોટેલું હોય તો જીવ બળશે. ઘરમાં ચોટેલું હશે તો જીવ બળશે. But these are physical things, no? વાઇફમાં ચોટેલું હશે. When we do the Gayatri Mantra, we say, Om Bhu Bhuva Swaha. Wherever my attention, in the physical things, in the world of relationships, Bhuva, in my wife doesn't listen to me about Jiva. And son doesn't pass the exam, Jiva. Right? In the world of physical things, in the world of relationships, in the world of ideas, in the world of thoughts. If somebody says Indians are fool, Maro Jiva. So all this attention goes outside. It is stuck outside. What do we call it in Gujarati? Mamta. Mamta. Attachment. Mamta. Attention is stuck outside. Nothing left inside. That is why there is darkness inside. That is why we call that inner space of darkness as Dhritarashtra. He is not physically blind. He is not physically blind, but all the attention has gone out. All the attention has gone out. And under khali lage, when all the attention is out, we feel we are missing something inside. So what do we do? How do we fill it up? How do we fill it up? This is called the Maya over here. How do we fill it up?
Bringing the attention back in.
That is later. What do I do? I don't know how to bring the attention back. I fill it up with other people's attention. I'll say, Arey, 50 people. My attention goes out and gets stuck. It is called as Mamta. But other people's attention I take in is Ahanta. Right? Duryodhana is saying, I will not share a pinpoint of attention with anybody. The whole world has to recognize me only. Me and no one else. Not even a pinpoint. If I come in this room, everybody must talk about me. We are beggars. We always want, please say something about me. Please say something about me. Right? We are always asking for other people's attention because there's none of ours inside. And this is the Maya. Okay, the Jeev does not want others' attention, it wants our own attention. It does not want others' attention. Right? Now what happens when I'm teaching everybody? Everybody pays attention. And he's saying, be careful of the trick over here. Namo vajyanam, namo loit sarva. So I bow down to every being. I bow down to every being. This attention which I am taking is a form of chori. His Jeev wants his attention, but because I am talking, he is paying attention to me. It is a robbery. What his Jeev wants, I am taking. I say so many people know me, my name is in the paper, my this, that, and I won one election or whatever. Right? Eating other people's attention is the only chori. Money is not robbery, or money is not robbery. There is only one robbery on the spiritual path, eating somebody else's attention. So he's saying, Namo vajyanam, when you are teaching the others, you'll be creating this sin of taking other people's attention. Please bow down as humbly as possible to every living being. So you're taking other people's attention, but there is no ahanta inside. You're just doing it to serve the universal purpose. Right? So he says, Namo loit sarva sadhu. I bow down to every living being, whether he is good, whether he is bad, whether he is sinner, not a sinner, he may be a murderer, he may be anything, and reality, not just like this, from inside, bow down. And these are the 5 sequences of the mantra, of the Navakrar Mantra. Right? And this sequence is profound. It's very, very profound. There is no mantra which is so profound as this mantra. It's such a profound mantra. Tomorrow we will go into opening up what it means, how this sequence is repeated with each line. It goes through the whole body of the mantra. These 5 vibrate. Right? How it happens. You take that? I still have 5-10 minutes. If there are any questions, I don't mind.
This Gayatri Mantra, is it equally powerful or meaningful like this? No, it has got something inside.
It's equally powerful. But it has its own size. You see, out of all the matrukas, when you go into Tantra, they talk of 64 matrukas. When you go into the Sanskrit language, there are 51 matrukas, which are the letters of the Sanskrit Varna, they are called. They are nothing but the coils of Kundalini Shakti. Right? And what has remained today is I wanted to talk about the
breathing
chakras. No, I won't be able to. It will take a long time. So tomorrow we'll have to just go a little faster. Okay? We'll talk about that because I cannot open this mantra without talking a little bit about the chakras. I have to talk about a little bit. Chakras is such a profound science, it's not possible to put everything in one lecture. But I'll give you a small outline and how this mantra is working with the Kundalini means the chakras. Right? So, there's 51 coils. That is of the Kundalini Shakti. Right? So, these are the matrukas. 51 in yoga or in Sanskrit. 64 in Tantra. They are called the 64 yoginis. There's a very deep Jain Tantra. And they also have the 64 yoginis. Right? So, what are these yoginis? What are these yoginis? So, these yoginis are different manifestations of our psychic structure. I want to steal from you. It's one yogi. But I want to hypnotize you, another yogi. Right? So these are different manifestations of our psychic structure. The beautiful temple in Orissa, it's still there, the 64 yoginis. Right? So now they said that out of these 64, how many will take us towards truth? Towards truth means climbing up the ladder. The ladder is every moment. Ladder is every moment. I say, get me water, then I've fallen from the ladder. Right? One down, one go down. I say, please get me water. Rise a little bit. Ladder is every moment. Ladder is every moment. Right? It's not something which is in the future, and I'll do this tomorrow and I'll climb the ladder tomorrow. Either you can climb now or you fall now. Each moment I'm either rising or falling. Right? This rising is called as Sat, and this falling is called as Asat. Rising, this ladder of consciousness, the ladder of spirituality. Right? Okay? So, out of these 64, how many take us up the ladder? Others will do so many other things. They may give me money. Right? Or I may want to take revenge on you for something, and they may help me to take revenge on you, right? So, there's so many things I can do with these when I have the knowledge of these 64 Matrukas, right? So, which are going to lead me up on my spiritual journey? So, only 24. Out of that 24. So, then in the Vedic period they said that can there be a mantra which has all 24? A mantra which has all 24. That will be an overflowing mantra. Vaibhav. Right. So then Vishwamitra found a mantra which incorporated all 24, even though the Gayatri means something, but that is just the outer meaning of the mantra. Inside are all 24 Matrukas. Jainism was not a religion of Vaibhav. It was a religion of using as less as possible. As less as possible. So they said that we don't want all 24, we want Eso Pancha Namo. If 5 do, why use 24? See, it is a religion of Vairagya. Vedanta was a religion of Vaibhav. We are not saying this is right or this is wrong. Both are right. Right? So they said, why use 24 if 5 will do? And that is why this mantra has an inner circuitry which is fantastic. You won't find anywhere else. Because in 5, they have created everything. And that is the intelligence of the mantra. Yeah? So, we'll go into, I'll take a little bit of that tomorrow, only in the first 2 lines. But it will give you some food for thought. It will give you some food for thought. Right?
Okay, now can you say something about your life, your development? You met so many people, particularly the Guruji at Madhavpur.
Madhavpur Guruji is still there,
So
still guiding me.
Something, how
right?
you come up, how you enlighten yourself.
It's a continuing journey. In that journey I met many Gurus. It goes on. It goes on. And in the end the real Guru is the wife. Right? Whatever you do outside, you hear, then we go home, you get the danda. All the ego goes. Right? No need to say, lo, it's sahunam. It happens automatically. So, sahunam. Happens automatically. As long as the wife is there, no problem. Real Guru is the wife. Do I react? And marriage is that. Because each person is both male and female. Psychologically, we are 50% male, 50% female. I think I am marrying somebody else. I am not marrying somebody else. That inner female, because I have been given this physical body of a male, right? Of course, there's a science why I got this body. But I have this physical body of a male, so the male is active in me, the female is passive. There's a whole female lying in me which I cannot see. So I feel I'm marrying somebody else. I'm not marrying somebody else. I am marrying my own inner female. So divorce is never going to work. It cannot work. In the end, you'll find yourself only. Right? So I am only marrying my inner female. And this dance of male energy and female energy, which is called as Tantra. This dance of male energy. And that is the beauty of life. You come to me very angry. You see, male energy has come. I become female. And in your anger and my passivity we meet. There is orgasm. Yoga. So every moment, whether I want to become male or female, right? This is called as Shikhandi. Shikha means the top, the one who has reached the top, who is no longer male or no longer female. Right? Shikhandi, the one who has reached the top, who can at any moment become male or become female. And that is the real art of living. Then there is never any problem in life. No problems in life. Female energy comes, you become male energy, complementary. Male energy comes, you become female energy. And this is the dance of energies in life. Ardhanarishwar, the dance of energies in life. Every moment, psychic. What happens? Because the physical body is male, I become attached to one part of it and I deny the other part of it, and then I have to get married. The other part is going to come to meet me in some form or the other. It's my own form. So, then can I get angry on my wife? I cannot get angry on myself, no? I will not call myself all kinds of names, no? So, if I say she's nothing but my own inner female, I can never get angry. And this is where real marriage starts. Where you're working to be free of reaction.
But in the story, Shankar and Parvati all the time they were showing reaction, actions and reactions.
They are trying to show that even though he's a god, this is a normal family life. How was the Tantra born? Parvati was meditating at Kanyakumari. That is why it is called Kanyakumari. And Shiv was in Kailash. And she's asking questions and he's answering those questions. Tantra comes from the word Tan. Tan means to stretch. Stretch. What do we stretch? I drink this water. There's a sensitivity of water in the mouth. Can I stretch it from this moment to that moment? How long can I stretch it? In yoga, this is called as dharana. It's called as dharana. Right? Can I stretch it? Can I hold it? Then this moment in time, even though there is a continuation of moments, this moment in time I have stretched. Tanu. Tantra. Tanu. Tra, to go beyond. Tani, ane atikraman karu. Right? Tantra. Right? Good. So, I hope I have tried to convey something.
This was something new to us.
It's the living of the mantra, which is the joy of life. And we live it. Tomorrow we'll see, we have to talk about the chakras also. So what I'll do is I'll try to teach you the exercises and talk about the chakras at the same time, and then we'll have a break, and then how these chakras are related to the mantra we'll take in the next session. Okay. Thank you very much. With God's grace we'll meet tomorrow again.